Well, it's time for Hyperbole, the world of hyperbole, extreme exaggeration, hyperbole, as pronounced by Julia Gillard. Well, talk about hyperbole, talk about extreme exaggeration, talk about complete lefty lunacy. Kmart, the company people sometimes choose to shop in, but I won't be choosing to shop in there any longer. They don't want to sell any merchandise that has anything to do with Australia Day. James, what do you make of this?
Well, this is just, we talk so much on this show about what we always call the salami strategy. You know, how the left goes and they slice off little bits of things, say, oh, we're just going to not do this, we're not going to do that, and then suddenly there's nothing left. This is a perfect example, and Kmart has fallen into the woke left trap here. Now, in their press release on this, they say, oh, well, we understand Australia Day means different things for different people, and therefore to be inclusive, we're not going to...
Fine, well, I'll tell you what it means.
But here's the point. But what it means here, it means that they have shown up what this whole thing about inclusion really is. It's totalitarianism in the name of kindness, because it's saying, hey, not only, hey, if you don't want to celebrate Australia Day, fine, don't bother, don't come buy any stuff. But it's also saying you can't buy anything to celebrate the day. And pretty soon it's don't celebrate the day at all. And then it's don't celebrate Anzac Day and don't celebrate Australia at all. And this is the problem. They're undermining national cohesion. We're a country which can be very proud of the fact that half of us have a parent born overseas, a quarter of us were born overseas, and yet they are undermining all the foundations that hold us together as a nation.
Rita.
It is absolutely appalling, and you are so right. This is a small minority ruling the majority, because the polling on this is clear, with the exception of one weird poll that the Melbourne City Council commissioned, which was the Melbourne, which
they're such a reliable source of information.
Exactly, which keeps getting repeated. But you look at polling, whether it's commissioned by leftist outfits like The Guardian or Deakin University, or whether it's by right-leaning like the Institute of Public Affairs, Roy Morgan polls recently, all of them show a very clear majority of Australians not only support Australia Day, but want it to remain on January 26th.
Yeah.
And for Kmart, which is supposed to be a mainstream, low-cost brand that's accessible to everybody, to take this call, this is an insult to Australians, an insult to migrant Australians, because so much of the messaging around Australia Day is frankly insulting to migrants. It's giving the message that you're not as entitled to call this country yours.
Well, not only is it saying...
Let's just cut to the chase here. Australia, we're told all the time, let's not offend people, let's be kind to people, let's be inclusive, as James was saying. This is exclusive. This is Kmart saying, we dislike you and or more important, we disrespect you if you are a proud Australian. So I would say to all proud Australians, fine, thank you, Kmart. I will never set foot in your shop again. And any true blue Aussie should say the same thing and make it very clear. Be kind to the staff. The staff are great. But if you're walking past a Kmart, you just say, by the way, I won't be spending my money here because I'm a proud Australian. This is my hard-earned money. I earned it, and I will not be spending it on your products because you have disrespected me. You have spat in my face. It's Australia Day this week. We're going to have a great time.
And Ro, can I just make one more point just to pick up on what Rita said here? It's also really insulting to migrants, because it's saying to migrants, gosh, what kind of an idiot are you that you came to this, racist, terrible, exclusionary hellhole? And the thing is, you know why they're doing that? Because for the anti-Australia Day, Australia haters out there, what this is all about, migrants are the best thing to represent Australia because they are the ones who chose to came here, and they are therefore need to be excluded from this. That's why they're going after it.
The polling shows that migrants are amongst the most patriotic when it comes to Australia Day.
Of course they are. They chose to come here.
This is... but you know what this is? This is the left campaigning and making it easy for corporates to make these sort of decisions. Because whatever you say about the right, they don't punish corporations for this sort of behaviour. And the corporates often are cowardly. They don't want to have tweets or email campaign against them, even when they know they're from a very tiny minority of people. They just think, OK, if we make this decision, there's going to be very little harm, very little blowback. But as we've seen with Disney, there is a cost. because when you damage your reputation, as we saw with Coon Cheese for another example locally, people do remember and people may change their purchasing decisions based on that. Now, watch for Kmart to come out and say, oh no, this was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, they need to come out and say it very loudly and clearly. Channel 10 did a similar thing. Channel 10 came out and apparently the head of Channel 10 or the CEO or whatever said, oh, there's nothing special about Australia. Fine. Turn off.
She refused to even call it Australia Day.
Turn the telly off. Go. You've got other channels that should stay on Sky. Turn them off.
Why would you watch 10 anyway?
Australians have the power to stand up for what they believe in, and so we should stand up for what we believe in. We are in a cultural war, whether we like it or not. It's a cultural war which we must win through sticking to solid principles, and those people who think that they can make a quick buck on the way through by virtue signalling need to learn that the price is higher than the benefit. That's the only way to do it.